On February 12th, CTWC hosted the Southern Qualifier in Waco, Texas at the ATG Expo. In this qualifier, I decided that, hey, maybe I should show up. And when I showed up, not only did I decide to play in the tournament, but I also decided to commentate as well. This video in particular, we're going to be discussing my experience from a player. In the next video, we're going to be discussing my experience as a commentator. This will be my first time that I participated in a live CTWC event since my debut in the CTWC scene at 2019. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my CTWC 2022 Southern Qualifier experience. So before we take a step into how I did and all the matches that we're going to be highlighting from the tournament, we got to take one small step back to that Friday afternoon because that was my day of prep. And the reason why I had to prep is, I mean, come on, let's be honest. Texas is one of the most insane Tetris states. I mean, you have the current world champion or current two-time world champion Dog that lives here, as well as his brother. You also have Doge, you have Benji, you have other players who didn't attend, like Peak Eric and Fractal, who is from Texas, that weren't able to make it out. But you also have players like DMJ, LMAO Yeet, and of course myself. I mean, how could I not include myself with that group of players? So with that being said, you had an insane amount of talent that will potentially be showing up at this event. And so I knew that I needed to practice so I can stand a good chance at qualifying. At the time, I knew if I could just get one max, I'll be able to do so. And during that qualifying, or not necessarily that qualifying, during that playing session, I ended up getting 4 maxes and had a couple of games where I could have been on PB pace. So with that being said, I was fully confident going into Waco, knowing that as long as I get a max, I'll be safe, which, you know, not the case when you talk about CTWC, but let's go ahead and talk about my experience at the Waco Convention Center. So unfortunately, I am a bad vlogger, so I didn't really grab any footage of me driving, because I mean, who would want to see 2 hours of the road? I didn't grab any footage of driving or any footage of the convention center because I actually ended up going a little bit late. So first things first, we walk into the convention center, say a quick hi to everyone, and then after setting down my stuff, I decided to play my first game. I did arrive an hour after qualifying started, so you know, I played my first game to gauge where I was at. And needless to say,
who was the girl I was just talking to? Tell her, ask her what you know.
it wasn't that impressive. So I decided to, you know, walk away, you know, say hi to a couple more people. I met Van Weller and Pumpy Heart, and then promptly after meeting them, one of the spots open on the streamed qualifying stations, and so they're like, you know, go ahead.
That might be Square Wave, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe like a kid or something, I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
Pyroblaze is here, Doge is qualifying, Scout's putting up one right now. Pyroblaze, Munis,
Yep.
Matt Martin, and that's not even talking about.
And once again, the first game, or rather my second game of the day, was definitely short from impressive. However, that third game is really what stood out, is because that third game is when I got my first max, and at that point, I was already safe in the tournament.
There's the line now, we're circling through. Come on, Sharky.
Oh, Colin.
Get bar, good?
All the
Good?
emojis.
Cool.
Coo.
Cool.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
9 a euro.
Sharky's just like
Come on, there it is.
legit.
Oh, all right.
Well,
Tough. All right, come on.
oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Yeah, let's go. All right. All right.
Come on, Sharks.
Come on, Sharky.
I mean, that's gonna happen, right? Oh my gosh, I shouldn't jinx him.
Why'd you say that?
That's so mean. Why did I do
You're
that?
fine. All right, come on. Get bar.
Come on.
Okay,
Oh,
fix the burn. Okay, safe. All right, not set up. All right.
I'm so nervous.
Needs 2 here. Got no burns.
Let's go.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes! Go
Woo!
Sharky!
So after I got that first max, I was seated at number 4, and I just really walked around and talked for a bit. Now, Fast forward to around an hour before qualifying ended, I did not purchase the station because I felt like within 4 hours I should be able to get a max, right? But after qualifying was only an hour from ending, I decided to get back on stream and start playing for a little bit and see, you know, what I would be able to do. Because at that point I was seated at number 7 and my round 1 opponent would likely have been Matt Martin. Which, as much as I love to play Matt Martin, I like to have a little bit better of a chance at success. So fast forward to the last hour of qualifying, I started playing on the station that was streamed on a CT1. My goal was to get another max because after that max, I didn't really play too many games. So my goal was to get another max. Well, I had a couple of close games and some pretty clutch survivals, but unfortunately none of them the max. Last game, or second to last game rolled around and I had a 600k transition. Unfortunately, I made a misdrop that kind of cost me the max around level 27. So that's when I was notified by Vince that it was going to be the last game. That being said, you know, while playing, I made a couple jokes. It's like, don't worry, I'll just max. Because I mean, I'm actually one of those players that is capable of, like, you know, just maxing. And after some insane survivals, I did end up getting my second max.
Aw. 2 million points.
I know, I should have just started on 19 on the last one. This was strict.
Well, we're gonna do matches like afterwards. I don't know if you guys are sticking around.
Depends
Like,
on the kids, you know.
we're here 7 to 10. So if you guys want to play,
Is it only for today?
only today for this, but the event's happening tomorrow. Like, there's like a 100-line Tetris sprint tomorrow.
Nice.
That's the. And then there's other like Dr. Mario tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be heading back tomorrow.
Okay.
Hopefully Jake will.
Yes. I don't know. You'll have to ask the guy in the hat right there. He didn't know. Oh. Okay. You can take him. Told you. There it is. Oh.
So now that I've gotten 2 maxes and no kicker, because I mean I didn't really submit any other scores except for that third game and then of course my last game with no kicker, it was time for me to now have to play off against Jake Stein. Now going up against Jake Stein, my mentality was like, I am better than him, I need to not underestimate him. Because it's easy for you to underestimate an opponent that you are perceivingly better at just because you have more comp practice and you might have a higher PB. First game, it went splendid.
Nice quick tap for Sharky there, did not full dash.
Both players just playing so well right now. On 19, this is exactly what you want to see from a dash player. Jake getting that piece over. There we go, Tetris. They're both keeping at pace with each other. It's just that Sharky has that commanding 100k lead.
Yeah, from the pre-transition, it just shows pre-transition is definitely important as well.
Yeah.
Sharky with
Ooh.
that very high left side.
Jake, Tetris ready now.
Needs a
Waiting
long
on a long bar, 20-piece drought here. Especially on 19, you don't want to see that. But he's going to get some nice burns, and there we go. Tetris for Jake.
93k lead now. Sharky's now set up for Tetris.
Sharky's not letting up here, though. Still with that 100k lead. Oh, no. Jake with a misdrop.
That's gonna be it.
In fact, I mean, it was just some really solid play, and towards the end, I started to build up a lead. However, in the second game, I didn't really do so hot, and after going through a massive dig on level 18, I found myself behind almost 200,000 points at transition, and despite Jake topping out early in post, I still was unable to survive just because of a couple stacking errors and me just playing aggressive, just trying to take away or take bites out of that massive lead Jake had over me. So now, our me and Jake's third game. This game, I felt a little bit more comfortable, and my goal was just to take it to kill screen. Unfortunately, Jake would have an early top out that will result in me advancing to the next round to play DMJ. Now, keep in mind, during these games, I'm coming straight off of commentary. So you'll see in the next video, which will probably be a two-parter involving my commentary before the finals and then my commentary at the finals, you'll see me commentate and then I'll be playing the next game. And then I'll go off and commentate again and then play the next game. So after this, I had to commentate Benji versus Andy. And after commentating that, my next opponent was DMJ. So after warming up, we start game number 1. Game number 1, things in 18 were a little bit even. However, things on 19 is where things started to kind of take off. And this would be where I would get my first max out in a CTWC related event, whether that be a qualifying event or such. I'd get my first max out up against DMJ.
699 here.
Fantastic sequence right there. He's about to get Tetris ready. Sets it up. Perfect timing.
This is very doable for DMJ, but also for Sharky. Sharky needs to keep up this pace. Running into
a little burning.
Bit of a
Bar
burn.
dependent.
Both of them burning here, but Sharky's gonna get out first. There it is, Tetris for Sharky. Okay,
This is
DMJ.
a very, very good match.
Very dependent here for DMJ. Oh no. Needs a long bar on the left, can't go for it.
But it seems as though Sharky's pulled away. Very good lead.
DMJ going to need to make some of this up in post, as he is burning quite a bit.
By post, he means post-post.
Post, that's
Yeah.
correct. Kill screen play here for DMJ is going to have to be a factor if he wants to take this.
Sharky's going insane right now. Could get a max out.
Sharky just
Come on.
cruising to victory, but
Ooh, no burns. No
but he's
burns.
not getting
No
the long bar.
burns max out.
Oh, there it is.
Let's go!
Max out! Max out here for Sharky, but DMJ at 799.
408.
Oh my god.
That was great, Sharky.
DMJ
Fantastic.
needs 1.009. So A09 here is what DMJ needs.
A09. Get to A09. You can do
Takes a
it.
Tetris. He needs 100K
Alright,
here.
Time for him to ball out here.
Let's see what DMJ can do. Oh, set up. Oh, he gets a Tetris.
You can do it.
Oh no. Oh, he's gonna miss that. But can he get another one
When you
over?
think it's over.
Not gonna get it over, but great game there.
However, game 2 didn't quite go my way. Ended up having an early top out on level 18, which means it is time for the decider. And here comes along game 3. Things get off to a rough start, and with me already being down by a massive amount, I started playing a little bit more aggressive, started stacking higher, and unfortunately, after a small error with my dash, I was not able to advance to the next round. So there you have it. Even though my tournament came to an end at round 2, this was still a groundbreaking event for me. First things first, I mean, I got 2 maxes and technically an 880, which absolutely blows my CTWC qual for 2021 out the water. Second, I was able to beat Jake Stein, a CTWC veteran / legend, and I was able to get a max out in person in a competitive match with Daz. So those were just all major pluses. And even though my tournament as a player was over, my tournament as a commentator was not. So first things first, I want to say thank you so much for watching. If you like hearing, my experience at the CTWC qualifier, and then, leave a like, comment down, what did you think? What did you think was the most impressive moment from this? I mean, obviously, the moment I valued the most was getting a max out up against DMJ live in person. It was definitely a new experience. I mean, yeah. Or comment down what you think about my outfit. Yes, I played with shades on, because why not? Share with your friends. Maybe they might enjoy something like this and seeing it from a perspective of a player, since, in-person tournaments haven't really been a thing until recently. And last but not least, if you really like this content, why not subscribe? Or if you really, really like it, why not become a channel member? Your contribution really helps to the content creation process and allows me to dedicate more time to creating content that we just need in the Classic Tetris community. Right now, the Classic Tetris community is undergoing a massive boom because of the implementation of the rolling technique, and I'm one that is ready to create content for it. Anyways, my name is Michael, better known as Sharky, and I'll see you all in part 2 of my CTWC Southern Qual experience.